With lots of conspiracy theories floating around, another woman has claimed in a viral post now that she knows what happened. This is not fake. Lucy Mae is not innocent at all. I'm a close associate to Lucy and others in Tenerife and Ibiza. Rumours are true. Lucy is a drug mule. We work together. About 20 of us split into groups, half to Ibiza and half to Tenerife. This is our job. We get brought out every event or any month in general to deal, depending on who you are, how long you've been doing it and what you've done. You get paid differently. Lucy is more a top dog in it. Lucy gets paid £25,000 a month to deal and sell. About 10 of us get 14 grand and the new recruits get paid 5,000. Lucy met Jay at a festival and started discussing with him over Snapchat about how we can make money doing all of this, how it's a luxury thing that we could live the life, and Jay came along to Tenerife and met Lucy there. Lucy explained the danger to Jay, and if we F up, we're basically dead. And our bosses take disrespect to heart and do not tread lightly. We got dropped backpacks of packs estimated around £17,000 and dished them out at a festival in the streets in general. There was around 5 bags and we got designated bad holders and who would have the bag 24/7. And then take up however much was needed. Lucy had a bag along with me and also Jay. We separated into different groups and went our way. Lucy then gets a call from Jay about 3 a.m. in the morning, Monday morning, crying, saying he's lost the bag. Apparently around 30 minutes later, they come to collect and they realise there's only 4 bags and they get questioned. That's when Lucy explains what Jay has done. He went back into his car and got straight onto the phone, and Lucy told Jay, "See, I told you you'd be alright." Around 2 minutes later, he comes back and tells us to turn around. He tells us we either find the 30 grand right now or we get killed. At this point, Lucy starts crying and is trying to reason with them, begging him. Lucy tells them we haven't got that much on us. Even if we did, we wouldn't be able to get it to him in time. And the man gets back on the phone and starts speaking Moroccan. He gets off and tells the boss he wants one of us until he gets his money. We try to reason with him and offers him something else. After failed attempts, the man says he's taking Jay as he's the one that's done the damage. After Lucy was perfectly fine and stopped worrying all of a sudden, we all sat down and explained how the hell are we resolving this like this has ever happened. We get a phone call saying if we don't get the money, then basically you know what's going to happen to Jay. Lucy then starts explaining how people are going to realise and start ringing and looking for him. We got a taxi and went into the deepest mountains where Lucy opens Jay's phone and leaves it on the floor. We then drive back and at this point it's coming up to 7:30 a.m. and we're still getting phone calls and messages threatening our lives. And Lucy phones Jay's mum and explains to her what he's done. She starts crying and told him not to be out there, and just basically she warned him. Us discussing how going to get the money, Jay's mum tells Lucy that they're going to need to get the word out there, but need to completely flip the whole thing. Lucy calls the police and tells him that Jay called her, which he never did, and tells him he's lost. Again, not true. It's still around 8:30 now, coming up to 9, and we have no idea what to do. We haven't saw Jay and we haven't spoken to Jay. Then it starts showing up in the news. This is what this girl had posted who claims she's an insider in this story.
I'm telling you now, this Lucy Mae is a big red flag. She knows way more than she's letting off.
Last heard from on Monday. It's his first foreign holiday away with friends. He called his friend Lucy Law just after 8 o'clock on Monday morning and shared his location with her, a mountainous area in the northwest of the island, which is popular with hikers. He told her he was going to walk back to where they were staying in Los Cristianos, but that's around 30 miles away. I spoke to Lucy earlier this evening.
I'd gone home from the NRG festival a little bit earlier than everybody else because I was tired. So I'd gone home alone back to my apartment, and then I woke up to a phone call at like 8:30 in the morning, around 8:30, from Jay saying that he'd gone up to the mountains, that his phone was on 1%, so it was like about to die. He didn't know where he was. He needed a drink. That he'd cut all his leg on like a cactus, and that he had no idea where we were. So I said to him, like, if you're ever going to listen to anything I'm going to say, like, you need to listen now. You need to go back to wherever you've just come from before your phone dies, and I'll come and pick you up from there. Like, you need to go back there. He said to me, I can't go back there. I don't know where it is. So I just said, send me like a location. So he sent over a screenshot of his last location. So I went straight. The first thing I did when the phone had cut off was I rang the police. So I'd rang 911 and spoken to the people there, and they told me that they'd sent a helicopter out. But later on, I'd spoken to somebody who lived up in the mountains, and they'd said they hadn't heard any helicopters, which obviously if there was a helicopter out, they definitely would have heard it. So I think they just totally fobbed me off with that. Like, I don't even think they did. So after like half an hour, I'd had no updates. So I rang back and I said, has the helicopter had any sightings of him? Has anybody seen him? Like, I'm really, really worried. They said no, they'd not seen anything, but they were like, out looking for him. So I thought, right, I'm not getting anywhere with this phone call. Like, every time I'd ring the police, like, they just kept ending the phone on me. Like, they were just so unbothered by the full situation. So I thought, right, I need to get a taxi as soon as possible down to the police station and speak to them in person. So I got a taxi down to the closest police station. I was literally there within the hour of the phone call. So I'd gone in, I said, I really need to report somebody missing. But I said, it's not like they're just missing around here, like he's missing in a very like abandoned place. There's nothing up there, it's just mountains. She gave me a piece of paper that said that I needed to go online, fill in a form, and then within 48 hours I'd receive a code, and I'd bring the code back to the police station, and then I could file a report. I said, within 48 hours, like, it could be fatal. I said, this needs reporting right now. So we'd come up, there was literally no sign of him anywhere. Like, we drove around all day. There was literally nothing, no sign of him. I went into a restaurant that was halfway up on the viewpoint.
And is that where you are now, Lucy? You're staying at the coast, but you're now up in the mountains where you think Jay was.
I've literally not slept at all since I've got that phone call at 8 o'clock.
We all hope that the search continues and Jay is found safe and sound. But the final question is, what is he like? What's he like at home? Is he sensible, or is he a bit more of a risk taker? What's Jay like?
No, he's not a risk taker at all. That he wouldn't do anything. Like, I don't know why. I can't understand why he would come out of the house and then decide that he was going to walk. I don't know why he would do that. And then I think he set off walking with back to it and not realised how far the walk actually is. And then when he's obviously, or when I'd spoken to him, he said he'd already walked about half an hour. And then obviously, I don't know if he's walked half an hour down the road and then put it into his maps, and then obviously it said it's like really far. I really don't know why he set off walking. There isn't much up here. However, there are cars that come up here. There are people that come up here to hike. Like, I've seen so many people up here, and I've asked every single one if they've seen him, and nobody's seen him. And this is what I find weird, because if he'd have seen somebody or a car or a person, he would have either flagged down the car. Yeah. He would have said to someone like that he needs a phone to contact someone. And also, he would never have his mum worrying like this. He would never have like his family worrying like this. He would never have us worrying like this. Like, if he saw someone, the first thing he would do is say, I need to ring my mum. Like, I know that for a fact. So I've never ever in my life been so worried like at all.
72 hours since you spoke to Jay?
Well, it's actually even been longer than 72 hours now. It was 72 hours at 8:30 this morning, and obviously that's a long time to be going without food, without water. And I just think with the amount of time that's gone by, I feel like a little bit more could have been done on the authorities' part over here. But yeah, it's been awful. Honestly, I've never been so worried in my life. Like, it's just the unknown as well. Like, you don't know what's happened. You don't know where he's gone. Like, his last drop pin wasn't even on a road. Like, there's a reason he's gone off road, I think. Like, why has he not carried on the path? He's not a stupid boy. Do you know what I mean? Like, he would have stayed on the road. Like, it was at 8 a.m. as well. So, well, just after 8 a.m. So that's like the perfect time. It's not cold at night. It's not midday heat. So that's like the perfect time. It's not cold at night. It's not midday heat. So there's hikers, there's tourists, there's photographers, there's people around. He's not stupid. He would know to stay on the road, and then he'd walk past someone and say, look, sorry, I'm lost. Like, I understand there's like the language barrier with some people, but someone would have been able to speak English. He would have been able to communicate efficiently to let them know that he had no phone, he had no water, and he was stuck up here. Like, been able to communicate efficiently to let them know that he had no phone, he had no water, and he was stuck up here. Like, why has he gone off the road? Like, there's unanswered questions, and I feel like they're not. I feel like they are doing some things, but I feel like they could try.
It's over 48 hours now since he was last had any contact with anybody. He's out there somewhere, or somebody knows where he is. Nightmare. It's just an absolute living nightmare. It's like a dream. It's like it's not happening. It really is. It really is. I don't wish this on anybody. I just want my baby back. Just please, just anybody who can help, just look for him. There's a massive area up there, massive. We just need to find my baby. First holiday abroad, saving up, looking so forward to this event. 3-day DJs from everywhere, absolutely buzzing about it. 3 days, third day into the NRG festival. And this has happened. I was loving that he would go in and saying, you'll love it, you'll come back, you'll want to go again, you want to go to all these other different events everywhere. And now I just wish I hadn't encouraged him to go. I should have said, don't go to Tenerife. I just think he was probably still in dire spirits, buzzing. He's not known where he is. He's not known the extent of the long journey that he went on to get up there. And he's just thought, still a bit, you know, I'm going to walk. And that's what apparently he said to his last person he contacted. He's just an ace person. Everyone just loves being in his company. He's the life and soul. He is. He's the life and soul. He's a beautiful boy. He's a good-looking boy. He's, you know, he just needs to be here. He needs to be here. I said to him as well, I said, Jay, please have your wits about you. You know, you're in a foreign country. I said to him as well, I said, Jay, please have your wits about you. You know, you're in a foreign country. Just stay together, you know. But Jay being Jay, just like, hey, how are you? What's your name? Where are you from? And like he does. Just popular, just a popular guy that has got him into trouble.
Jay Slater missing. Yesterday, the huge hunt hit a snag when a false sighting meant police moved their efforts to the south of the island. Police, who promised to keep an open mind about his disappearance on Wednesday, scanned his accommodation for clues. But Jay's mum said there was nothing untoward there. She said everything of Jay's was neatly hung up and described it as just a normal room. Debbie told yesterday how she'd received a sickening message after touching down in Tenerife on Tuesday from someone telling her to kiss goodbye to your son. She told ITN yesterday, I got a Snapchat about 10 minutes after I got off the plane saying kiss goodbye to your boy, you're never going to see him again. He owes me a lot of money. The devastated mum thinks her son is being held against his will.
If someone does have Jay, what would your message be to them?
Please just let him go. Just let him go.
It's been
Just let him go. It's been 3 days. Has somebody taken him? Has he just panicked? Where am I? You know, they've been in high spirits. They've been to an event. You know, has he just thought, I need to go get back down to civilise it? But there is people up there. Why has nobody seen him? You know, there's tourists up there. It's a climbing, you know, it's a hive of activity at 8 AM in the morning. I can't bear to see where he could be, like, just lying there somewhere. I can't bear it. I don't have the strength to do it. But
I spent time with his family. They're tight-knit and they are desperately trying to navigate this. And on the request of Jay's mum, his best friend Brad, who was on that trip with him, who's one of the last people to speak to him, he sat down and spoke with me earlier. First of all, thank you so much for doing this. And I know you're only doing this because Debbie's asked you to speak on behalf of them and to let people know what your best friend was like. Describe Jay to me, what his personality's like.
We did the festival for 3 days. We do 1 day festival. I'd be tired, rough in the morning. He's waking up fresh to go and do it all again. It's just everything we've done like that. He's just been, I don't know, I can't explain him. He's just different.
He's excited. He's got a zest for life. He wants to go and enjoy every moment to the fullest.
Yeah, he does, and he does that. He did that anyway.
To the fullest.
Yeah, he does, and he does that. He did that anyway.
So you were actually on the phone to him that morning. He video called you. Tell me what he was saying to you.
He was on the phone and he goes, I'm not walking down all around that road. And he's gone over a little bit, like a little, not a big drop, just a little tiny little drop, and he's going down there. And he's gone over a little bit, like a little, not a big drop, just a little tiny little drop, and he's going down there. He goes, I'll ring you back, because I think someone else was ringing him. And he'll get you, probably, if thinking like me, he would have went back up and started walking around the path again. He wouldn't have gone all that way down there.
So you said that you could see his feet and he was actually sort of sliding down the hill. Like you could hear the rocks.
Yeah, that's how I knew he went off the road, because you could hear, like, when you walk on gravel or whatever it is, you can, you know what I mean, it's storms.
Were you concerned at that point?
Not at the time, no, because we were both like laughing about it. He said, look where I am, like, I just come out of a festival myself, because he didn't seem concerned on the phone until we knew how far away we were.
Yeah.
I said, put your location on. He said, a 50-minute drive or a 14-hour walk. I don't know if it's accurate or not.
Yeah.
So I said to him, well, it's only a 50-minute drive, get a taxi.
And what do you hope might be the outcome?
And he comes home. Someone brings him home, he's found somewhere. He just comes, I don't know how to feel about anything. I've been here now, we've been missing for 10, 11 days. And every day, I mean, my mind's just going blank. I don't know what to say anymore. Obviously, everyone wants him to come home. I'm praying he comes home every night. I've still got hope for him. I still feel like he's somewhere.
Well, what Brad told me in that interview has actually impacted the focus of the search by experienced British climber Paul Arnott. You'll be able to see him over there on the road line. So he is accessing places that even the police aren't able to go to. He's a very experienced climber, so he's actually going along looking for downward skidding tracks. He's been shown the trainers that Jay was wearing. Now, Brad said his instinct is he thinks his friend would have realised the impossibility of trying to navigate this terrain and would have gone back onto the road. However, a car would have seen him. We do know he had one further call with a friend, Lucy. The tone of that call was definitely more distressed, and then his phone died. So they have a really difficult job here. I can't express enough how difficult it would be to find a body in this terrain because of the canopy. They're not looking for a needle in a haystack. They're looking for a needle in a hayfield.
Yeah. there's been a terrible accident.
Accident?
Just an accident.
What accident?
It's all right, there's nothing to see.